Does 94.2% make me eligible enough to make a freaking video about how to study for boards? Probably not. Am I still gonna do it? Yes. And kids, that is because I have made some really terrible mistakes during my boards here, and I wanna try my best to make sure that everyone else avoids them. Hey girls and guys, what's up? Welcome. Clicking on this video was probably one of your best decisions of this year so far, because I am guessing that you're of the batch 2020-21 and you're struggling. You're trying to make all the excuses in the world to avoid studying, starting right from online classes aren't effective to they didn't reduce the syllabus to if they did reduce the syllabus, they didn't remove the hard chapters, and the list goes on. And trust me, I've been there, I understand you, and being a person who recently survived the entire 10th boards phenomena, I think I do have some wisdom that I can impart to you. And that's what this video is about. I hope it helps. So everything that I wanted to say I've put under various headings, and starting off, the first thing that I'm gonna tell you is to find a balance. 10th boards is not as big a deal as the society makes it. I posted a video about my boards result a couple of months back, and some of you guys who commented there were crazy scared. Like, this year is all that I've got. This year is what's going to decide my future. And I'm like, geez, relax. The maximum fuss about the marks and the percentage and the toppers and who got how much is for literally 2 days, and after that, nobody gives a shit about it. So it's really not worth stressing out so much and burning yourself out and putting so much pressure on yourself that it literally starts affecting your mental health. But hold on, don't lose on yourself a little too much, because at the same time, I want you to know that it's not that big a deal. It's not even wapa. I mean, for most of you, 10 boards are gonna be the first time ever that you will sit in a national level competition, when kids from all over India of your age are gonna write the same paper as you, and it's got to mean something. So basically what I'm trying to say is, don't stress out so much about it, but don't take it so lightly as well, so much that you don't study at all. Like, I've heard people say कि 10 की marksheet तो बस birth certificate जैसे काम आती है. And okay, that may be true in some cases. Teachers, please don't sue me. But when you get the percentage that you deserve and the percentage that you think are good, it automatically builds a kind of confidence within you for your future as well. Marks don't define you. Yes, they don't 100%, but they do decide whether you get stuff done, right? So it's all about you finding a balance between not making a huge deal about it, but at the same time, not taking it too lightly as well. Take care of your mental peace along with your studies. You don't need to study for 10 hours a day. You seriously don't, unless you've left it all for the last month, which you really shouldn't. And that brings us to our second point. Be consistent. You need to be regular in your studies. You don't need to study for hours straight, you seriously don't, but you need to keep up with what's going on in, I want to say school, but I know that online school is not going on the best for the current batch, and I do understand that, but you've got to realize that in the current situation, it's the only way out. And you know what? You can say right now that online school is not working out for you, and hence you won't study, but you have to realize that at the end of the day, those are just excuses that you're making to yourself. Because when you've got 2 months to go for your boards and you have everything piled up, you're only going to regret not having studied earlier. And if you're watching this video right now, you probably have a very good internet connection, and trust me, that's all you need for a good preparation. There are so many things available online. There are so many channels on YouTube which will teach you in the best possible way ever all that you need to know. So all you gotta do is stop lying to yourself and actually start studying. Only a few hours a day and you're good to go. Trust me, the syllabus is so limited. All you need to do is study a little bit and you'll have everything covered by December. So you have to choose either be regular and relax throughout the year, or leave everything till the end, keep making excuses and stress out. So the next thing is to find out what way of studying works best for you. Everyone's way of studying is different. Everyone's brains work differently, and you have to figure out what works the best for you. Me, for example, I have to take notes while studying. There's just something about physically writing stuff down on paper that makes my mind grasp things better. And if that doesn't work for you, fine enough. Figure out what does. Many people like to study in groups. which could be effective if you're not wasting your time. Many people need to isolate from everyone to study. Some people are visual learners, some aren't. Some prefer studying at night, some are early birds. Some like music while studying, others don't. You've just got to find out what works the best for you. And if you've done that already, very good. If you've not, then try out different things. See what way of studying suits you the best and stick to it. Next on the list is to prioritize and strategize. Okay, now once you figure out what way of studying works best for you, you need to know what to study, when to study, and how much to study what. And for that, you need to know your strengths and your weaknesses. What subjects you are inherently good at, what topics you're very confident about, and where you're lacking practice. Some people are like mad good at science, but they just don't know how to write answers in English and art subjects. So that's their area of focus. Some other people would do very good in history and geography but be weak in maths. So that's their area of practice. And another important thing is not putting all your time and energy to certain subjects because they are considered more important. Yes, I'm talking about science subjects. Because then you ignore the other subjects which could be really mark scoring and that could hold your percentage back. You need to give equal importance to all the subjects, especially Hindi and English grammar and all, where there are high chances of making minor mistakes. The final thing that I'm gonna tell you and that needs to be told is to limit social media usage. Okay, before clicking off this video and going all, okay boomer, I want you to pause this video, go to digital well-being option in your phone and check how many hours a day you've spent on Instagram or Facebook if you use it in the past 1 week. Go on, I'll wait. How much was it? If it was less than an hour, then please tell me in the comments. I'm very impressed by you. But if it's more, do you see where I'm going with this? I hate to admit it, but I was at your place a few months back and some of my friends had left all social media for the sake of exams. But I was all like, no, I can manage. I don't waste my time on social media. And trust me, it was the worst mistake that I ever made. I cannot stress this enough. Social media destroys your attention span and your concentration level. Like if you're watching a video on YouTube, you're watching the same thing for 5, 6, 10 minutes. But if you're, say, scrolling through Instagram, you see one piece of information, you scroll right through it, you see another piece of information. So your brain isn't really allowed to focus on one thing at a given point of time. And that really affects your concentration level. And I'm not saying to cut off from all your friends and never talk to anyone by cutting off from social media, but just try to limit the amount of time you use it for. You may not realize this, but you could be spending a lot of time there on a daily basis, which you could use to do something rather productive, if not studying. I was such a fool to not have realized this earlier, but I'm proud to say that I've limited my social media usage to a great extent now. So just do a social experiment, try it out on yourself for a week, a month, and you will definitely see the results. Have my word on this. And that's it, guys. This was more of a motivation to study session, but I really hope that you found it useful and I really hope that you do great in your upcoming board exams, which I'm sure you will. I believe in you. And if there are any other things that you want me to talk about, you can comment them down below. Please subscribe before leaving and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.